All right, I'm going full rock star tonight. I don't know why. I these sunglasses I got them at some job fair, and they were white, which I'd never had a pair of white rim sunglasses, so thought I'd wear them. The hat I got too, Rain Spooner, Kona Brewery. So let's jump right into this. Not sure I'm ready for this one. I got the words down. Not sure I got a good rhythm, but we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Get this thing a little closer there. Can you name that tune? All right, let's go. She was born in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama, never was around. She grew up tall and she grew up right, and the Indiana boys on the Indiana nights. Well, she moved down here about the age of 18, blew the boys away, she was more than they'd seen. Wiggles introduced and we both started grooving. She said, I dig you, baby, but I gotta keep moving on. Moving on. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Woo! I don't know, but I've been told you never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, I'm tired of going down, I'm tired of myself, I'm tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes. Well, honey, put on that party dress, buy me a drink, sing me a song, take me as I come, cause I can't stay long. The last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Well, these pigeons down on Market Square, she's standing in her underwear, looking down from a hotel room. Nightfall will be coming soon. Oh my, oh hell yes. You got to put on that party dress. Who wrote the car when I woke up alone? I hit the last number, I walked to the road. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Woo! 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 You know, that's it. One take. I get these songs ready and I'm going to go. It was a little sloppy, I agree. But you know what? It's not just doing this tune right now. so we're not gonna get ridiculous. I got the Donnie Harrison Fender. It's my only one I could plug in. I decided to go with the electric acoustic ukulele. Donnie. It's good enough, nice enough. I kind of like the Moons. It's got some silly etching on the back that's just like, why? But, you know, good enough. But the Tom Petty, I just got done reading this book by Warren Zanes, who was in the Del Fuegos, which I believe was like a Boston area band. I remember them when I was in high school. And it's a good book, but one thing I would just like to talk about a little bit with the Tom Petty is, which, you know, I didn't really know, and it's kind of one of those things I'm not sure you wanted to know. Now, by all accounts, he was a decent enough dude, you know, but, like, he wasn't, like, the rest of the Heartbreakers, including Mike Campbell. It's like, outside of the music, they didn't seem to be, like, really hanging, you know, and not that it matters, but, like, they weren't they didn't really hang out at all, it sounds like. And I kind of, I don't know how to feel, but, like, you know, George Harrison in the mid-'80s there, you know, leading up to the Traveling Wilburys, kind of Jeff Lynne from ELO kind of facilitated a lot of this. But, you know, they talk about in the book how Tom Petty felt, you know, like George Harrison was kind of, he was able to get really close to him, like sounded like closer to George Harrison than he was Mike Campbell and the guys in the band. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but sure, and like George Harrison was a really friendly, talkative guy. He wasn't the quiet Beatle at all, you know. He's a thoughtful guy for a guy who didn't even finish high school, I don't believe, you know. I always admired that about George. His songs were deep, and he was a deep thinker. And he kind of composed himself good with the press going through the Beatle craziness, but most of the people who talk about him as they got to know him, like the guys in Monty Python and stuff, were like, he was not the quiet Beatle, you know? In a good way, you know, just a gregarious, fun guy. But if George Harrison took a shine to me and, like, wanted to hang out, and allegedly after the first time they met or something, he hugged Tom and he's like, you know, you're in my world now or something, who the hell would be against that? It would say no to that, you know? And, like, so there's just something weird about being like, I really felt that I finally met somebody I could relate to with George Harrison. It's kind of, I'm not even saying it's bad or it was wrong. I would never have any way of knowing, and there's nothing bad about it, but it's just kind of like, yeah, he's a fucking Beatle. Sure, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to be? Sure, yeah, that sounds great, George, you know, let's go. But there are good stories, though, like Petty would talk about how George would have, like, multiple ukuleles in his trunk, and he's like, you never know when we might need them, you know? Which I agree with completely. I always have one in my car. But just one. But just good. Petty was one of those first rock stars. You know, I kind of was turned on to the music. Kind of started getting into it deep, you know, around 79, 80. And Petty was at the height. You know, that was Damn the Torpedoes era. And one of the first concerts I went to at Great Woods there in Mansfield, Massachusetts, which is now some corporate name bullshit. But I was the Dylan and the Tom Petty concert, and I was mostly there for Tom Petty at the time. You know, 1986. That was when that was probably the summer. My first concert ever was Eric Clapton with Graham Parker opening at the Providence Civic Center. I don't have the date. My second one was also Clapton at the Civic Center with Robert Cray opening in Providence. My brother Michael brought me to both of those. Good guy. I think I was with Jason Stockwell both times, if I'm not mistaken. Not quite sure on that. But yeah, Tom Petty. I remember getting Full Moon Fever. I was at UMass Amherst at the time, and enjoying that. And then I kind of fell out of Petty. I kind of started to feel like it was kind of just somewhat boring music, you know, for lack of a better word. And so, like, all through that, I kind of, you know, Mary Jane's Last Dance came out. That was a killer one. I think that was 94 or 5. And then I've since gotten back into them deep. You know, it's classic American music, just good straight ahead rock and roll America. You know, fucking American Girl and just a lot of tunes. He's got a lot of great tunes. You know, he's a good American guy. It's a shame that he died. You know, so I don't know if there's much more to say about that. We'll probably put this video out. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm just fucking jamming it. I'm pretty fucking ragged but right, hopefully. You know, just having fun. Hopefully convey that. Present it in a little different way with the harmonica and the ukulele. Oh, just cooked a primo steak tonight. Good steak with some redid some baked beans, refried beans, but they were baked beans, and I put them in a frying pan, refried them, and some in my broccoli and mushrooms and red onion and garlic mixture that I got from my sister on the grill. And that was just a little regurgitation of it there, which is tasty. You know, anytime you got those red onions and fucking garlic, it's good. It's good throughout all the retastings, without a doubt. So, yeah, you know, that's it. Let me get out of the way for all my, yeah, I stand by that. You got a problem with that, I'm expressing my opinion, and I ain't responsible for anything that happened. And I agree that it's a lot of things that happened, but any of the people today did not experience it, and I shouldn't be responsible. Well, how about the people who directly benefited from that, who are still making laws and running fucking states down there or down here in Florida? How about they just pony up, you know, instead of working class fools like me being held responsible for that shit. So no hard feelings towards anybody, but that ain't right. So, all right, everybody, have a good one.